Hello and welcome to the Emerald Planet as we come to you from Washington, D.C. on a week-to-week basis, looking at 144 different nations, looking for the 1,000 best practices, technologies, services, and products that are making a difference as we move through the 21st century. And as we go to a planet of some 9 billion people by 2050, how are we going to be able to take care of them so that they have an enhanced quality of life, not just to exist on planet Earth? So that needs to be the blend between the environment, the economy, and civil society development. And we have a gentleman who's been working at that all of his career. Fantastic name. I love this name. Sundaram Prabhu is the chairman and member board of supervisors for the Azizi Bank in Afghanistan. Hi. And more of his titles. Expert consultant, international trainer, and audit advisor for the World Bank Group. That's a lot of responsibility. But anyway, we're glad to have you on Emerald Planet TV.
Yeah, thank you very much. And I'm very glad to be here.
We're glad that you're here. Tell us a little bit about your work with Azizi Bank. What is it, a little bit of its history, and then we're going to get into how you're leveraging that bank to really reach down into society to bring real rural economic and environmental development.
In Afghanistan, we have great challenges. One of the challenges is that, we have to bring the financial regulation. And the financial services sector, Azizi Bank is doing a wonderful job. And it's in 2006 when the government relaxed for having the private banks, this Azizi Bank was started as one among the 14 private banks. Mm-hmm. We started in a humble way. We gone through the systems. We understood the local issue situation. We thought that with 14 branches, we will go one by one, we'll go into that. We thought that we had to outreach everybody in Afghanistan. We started with 14 branches. Today we have got 82 branches.
That's incredible growth. It's marvelous.
And not only that, we have a subsidiary bank, Bakhta Bank, which is going to be an Islamic bank. We want to tap the potential amongst the Islamic community. They are very, in their systems, they have their own way of investment approach.
Yeah, let's talk about that. So you have the Azizi Bank, which you started and headquartered in Kabul, and now you're reaching out across the nation.
Yes.
What are some of the ways that you were able to take something that is very modern and induce it and introduce it and expand across a very traditional society?
You asked a great question. That's really good. See, we have, out of 82 branches, around 34 branches are in Kabul, and in 34 provinces we have to reach. There are only two approaches that technology can help us. Point of sale, we have to go to them. Branchless banking. You can't have banking in everywhere, the position in Afghanistan. Mm-hmm. So we thought that we'll reach them out by point of sale. Even in a mobile phone, we start working on the banking system. And bank doesn't come, expect the members to come out to them. We reach them out. When we reach them out with their equipment on hand, Afghanistan, even though whatever you may talk, everybody is having a mobile phone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I want to talk about that. This is something that's very interesting. There are many nations that had almost no infrastructure as far as telecommunications, the internet, and all that. But once it really became accepted around the globe, then they leapt time, leapfrogging as they call it. So tell us, how were you able to use the mobile phone to leapfrog into these very traditional societies in a way that they really eagerly accepted, not just resisted?
The terrain itself is more of a whole region. We can't have connectivity as on date by cable, but we reach them out by WiMAX through the wireless systems. Mm-hmm. And when we reach them out, the mobile phone, when they keep their hand, when we tell them that you can switch it on, you can start doing the work, and you can ask for money transfer. That's easily possible. They can get it. And they feel at home. They feel, so our people go there, meet them personally, and explain to them what they need. Suppose he wants a loan for his farming, we help them. Advances, we help them. We give them technical advice also how to move forward. And if they want for any sector, we call them, discuss with them, debate with them, come to an arrangement that they can make the money better.
So what you're doing then, if I understand what you're saying, is that you have representatives of the bank. They're going into these various small towns, villages all over Afghanistan, and then they go in and are they meeting people in groups? Are they meeting them one-to-one? How do you reach out so that people feel as you said, this become, their bank. This is because it's their mobile phone.
That's right.
And so that's a very clever way because they're holding their bank in their hand.
Yeah.
So how did you start dispensing this information and then again to make people feel comfortable that we can trust this? It's not we're going to put something in here and it just disappears.
It's again a great question from you. Trust is the buzzword for this bank. Trust in people, trust in the bank. So what they really do, what we did it, we have branches in 33 provinces, and we call them to all the tribal members, elders, the community members. We call them to the bank branches, explain to them initially in groups. Once they really take interest, when they understand the technology and they develop confidence, we reinstate the confidence a little more by doing it in their villages. Mm-hmm. Then from there, we are planning for branching out to the individual members. It's a gradual process, and we could achieve that. And we are going to achieve it in a greater way. And in a country like Afghanistan, technology can do wonders, and banking sector can do business in a greater way and help them, the economy, to develop much better.
Yeah, I've traveled over much of Afghanistan. To me,
great.
It's really one of my favorite countries. And when I say that, people look at me like I have a fever or something. How can that be true? But it's a beautiful country, wonderful people, and it's a marvelous traditional culture. And it's just interesting that you're able to reach out to these people and establish trust in an area which, for generations has been resisting any kind of, coming in to the various villages. So going into the India 2020, I wanted to establish about the bank because it's very important because, as I say, the 5 things that really hinders any development: money, 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 and money.
Yeah, you're right.
And see, you've provided that platform. Now, looking at what is India 2020, and how is that being translated from India itself into Afghanistan, and then other countries as well, but we'll use Afghanistan as the example.
The M factor is the greatest factor for any business, and especially for any developmental area. The 2020 point program in India is concentrated on the basic rural upliftment. Mm-hmm. So they started with the process of 20-point program with one gradually. They want to alleviate poverty eradication. Mm-hmm. They want to empower people with more power by giving power to the Panchayat Raj. That made a great dent into the entire political setup there. Mm-hmm. And if you talk about the support, for them is also great. You must have heard about recently our Prime Minister talking about, everybody should have the, bank account and we should do the banking transaction. So he clubbed 2-3 things together, opened large number of accounts, even for a man who walks on the street, mm-hmm. and gave him, without any premium, 200,000 rupees insurance without anything. So that gives a social security aspect. At the same time,
at the same time, and then I'm going to let you finish up on this, it brings pride to people that have been excluded from society, which now goes back into the Afghanistan, because many times they were excluded.
Yeah.
They were not connected with Kabul or in Afghanistan, or they're not connected with New Delhi or Mumbai or these, large metropolis. Mm-hmm. So now what you're doing is you're taking, again, the man on the street and saying you are part of society. So how does this India 2020 and the bank then marry this together so that, again, people feel comfortable, they're confident that you're looking after their best interest, and they then can contribute to their family, to the community, but also to the nation?
See, for one instance, is education for all. And in the education for all is one of the greatest, and health for all. Mm-hmm. What we did, we adopted colleges, we adopted many educational institutions, and we started funding for the IT teaching, information technology, ICT, and all modern technological subjects. That way, American University in Afghanistan is doing a wonderful work there. And wherever they need for education, we provide them assistance. Health for all, rural electrification.
So this is the essence of the bank itself then,
yes.
Help for all.
Yes, and communication, road. Mm-hmm. See, you want to have a small business. You come there and say, I want to start a business. Every farmer has got the dry fruit is so high, and the Herat and Kabul and other neighbor areas, the business is micro-level business is very high, and we want to try to tap that. Mm-hmm. And micro-level industries, there is going to be a greatest big colony in the Kabul, urban city, new urban city. That also provides them the shelter, which they were not getting it so far. This all taken from Indian, the 2020 program. And this is going to be a
married
great
that
thing.
Together.
Yes.
We only have about 20 seconds left.
Oh, great.
Sundaram, what do you see for the growth and development of Azizi Bank? And you have to be quick.
We are going to have a great time, and we are going to have dedicated support, and we are going to serve them in a best way to reconstruct and rehabilitate Afghanistan without any...
Chairman of Azizi Bank, thank you as we create the Emerald